laps, or to get there and just smell the draft and save some fuel for him. You know, as fast as he's caught him over the last 3 or 4 laps, it's almost like if I can ride behind him for 4 or 5 laps.
10 to go.
10 to go.
But what I would be afraid of on that car, I would want to get in front of him because I don't want to race it.
Yeah.
If he's in fuel conservation, I want to get by him and I want to have a little bit of a cushion, because if Biffle drops the hammer again because he's got enough fuel, then you got to race him.
Yeah, then you got to race him. That's true. Once you get him down, you want to get him down.
keep him down.
You want to keep him down.
Let's go.
Matt, he's getting a lot of encouragement now.
Bill, 10 laps to go. Fuel conservation on everyone's mind. Moments ago, this was a conversation between Irwin and Biffle.
Confirm, Biffle. No savings. No savings. 2 laps short. 2 laps short. No savings. Tell me to run it. 25%. 25%. Needed 2 laps of gas from the beginning of the run. 2 laps.
Tell him exactly how much that he needs to try to save. And Bill, it takes me back to a Jimmy Buffett song when you talk about math.
Yeah. Math stinks is the one version of it.
That 48 may not have a right rear left by the time he gets to 16.
Here's one, 10 to go. Biffle has never been passed for the win when he is leading with 10 laps to go. He leads now. Jimmy Johnson right there. The question is, do they have enough fuel to reach the finish? Has Biffle been able to save enough?
And I think even listening to that conversation, you got to say he feels like he does, because what they said was we needed to save 2 laps, 25%, and then he said from the very beginning of the run. Right. So maybe they felt like at this point in time, with 10 or 15 laps to go, when we heard that conversation, that they had saved enough fuel to go all out.
On board with Biffle, looking back at Jimmy Johnson. 8 to go. Mark Martin runs in the 3rd spot, then Denny Hamlin and Jeff Gordon. Edwards, Kurt Busch, Montoya, Stewart, Vickers, the top 10. 22 cars run on the lead lap. Johnson right there.
I think Jimmy wants by. It's just, I'm not sure. I just think his car might be a little bit too loose to get past him. What are they saying, Lindsay?
All I'm hearing down here is Chad saying, go get him, man, go get him. They really believe that they can make it all the way on fuel, and they feel like Jimmy's just a step behind. But once he gets past Biffle, if he can, this race could be his, Bill.
Taking a look down on the bottom, but he's so loose right there. Look at that car get loose. Oh. And he makes it even worse when you've got a car on your outside. And that's what I just said a lap ago. I think Jimmy's trying to get by. I just don't think he's got the car. I think the car's too loose for him.
Biffle's waving to him?
That wasn't a wave. That was a what are you doing hand.
Yeah, Biffle's waving to him saying, hey, you want to play that game? I'm going to play the game with you too. I'm going to run down on your door and pull you around. And that's what he did. He run down on his door to make him a little bit freer.
These are the leaders right here. This is on the left-hand box, Jeff Gordon and Denny Hamlin. Gordon is 4th, Hamlin is 5th. Mark Martin runs between those 2 packs in the 3rd spot.
Biffle's not going to give him that high lane. Greg knows that's not the... He may have him there. Yep, he's going to be clear from there.
Got some traffic in front of them. Johnson slides in and gets the lead.
Wow. That was just a power move right there. To be able to cut in the middle of the corner, down where he had not been running. He had not run there in the last 4 or 5 laps.
There he comes
back.
Boy, you heard him breathe the throttle. Biffle trying to come back on Johnson.
Biffle's never going to go to the house quietly, okay?
and, you know, if he's got if he's at the point where he's got to save fuel now, you're not going to be able to keep up with Jimmy Johnson and save fuel.
And you have to remember, no one is for sure able to reach the finish on their fuel load. You just don't know.
Biffle gets a run at him right here, you know what I mean? He gets down, he diamonds the corner kind of like the 48 car did on him. He's able to cut back across, get some fresh pavement, and come back up down the straightaway. But the 48 car's strong down the straightaway. Jimmy's willing to give up the outside line right now, where Biffle was never willing to give it up.
That 48 car looks like he's on a dirt track.
Yeah. But he has. He has for the last 20 laps. As he got around Mark Martin and as he has run Biffle down, he's looked like he was sideways 2/3 of the lap.
Now it's time for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile Monster Moment. And guess what it is? It's this right now. We're looking at it with 4 to go. Stay tuned to all of the in-car audio, live radio broadcast, stats, and more with NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. Visit sprint.com/speed to find out more. 3 to go when they get to the line.
All right, the 16, he can't push it that hard either, but it's nice.
It's Chad Knaus, Jimmy Johnson's crew chief. Through turn 2. Mark Martin is about a 1.5 seconds behind this. Matt on Mark.
Phil, he's sitting back there knowing that his car is fast. Mark told his crew just moments ago, he said, I feel like we can run up there and pass them. The problem is we need to finish. We need to have a solid run here. He's 13th in the points, 1 point out of 12. Right now, he's in fuel conservation mode, looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, actually, Matt, right now where he runs, he would move up to the 10th spot in points. So you're right, he does need a good finish today.
Less than 2 to go. And again, these cars, their drivers, oh, Biffle, really loose.
He's just driving it, man. He's just driving.
These guys on the edge of their fuel window. We saw what happened at Pocono. Guys running out, coming out of the final turn last week.
But now you got to turn off the fuel mode, anything.
Yeah.
Now everybody's 100% with 1 to go.
White flag is out. Jimmy Johnson's
out of
fuel.
gas.
Jimmy Johnson is out of fuel. Biffle leads. White flag in the air. This is the last lap.
Biffle may be the new Silver Fox.
Well, hang on. We got a long way to go. We got Mark Martin sitting right there. Mark just moved to 2nd.
Biffle's, he looks to be
He's
slow.
slower. He's slower.
Come on.
Is he slower?
He's off the pace.
He's off the pace.
Here comes Mark Martin.
Boy, he's barreling.
Oh, my God. Oh, look at Biffle.
He's shaking it. He just went to the switch.
Here comes Mark. Oh, no.
Half a lap from the finish. Mark Martin to the lead.
Incredible.
Does he have enough fuel?
This is drama, dude. This is,
Oh, yeah, he can coast from here.
Out of
He's
4.
got it.
Biffle's going to coast.
He's got
Mark
4
Martin.
wins here and another one today. Mark Martin takes the checkered flag at Michigan. That's why you love racing.
Man, that's exciting.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool right there.
Mark Martin had never won a race starting outside the top 25. Never until today. He started 32nd.
That was a great finish to a race that was just a race, okay, at best, but that's an incredible finish. Here's Mark Martin. You got 1 Hendricks car that runs out of gas, 2 Hendricks cars that finish what? 1st, 2nd?
And took him to 8th. He was on the outside looking in.
That is
coming
huge,
into
man.
this deal.
That is huge. 9 cars out of gas. We talked about the Dodge engines and stuff.
Casey Kane coasted across the finish line.
21st. Kansas 17, or finished 20th. We didn't have as many this time run out of gas as did last week, but still, the key cars ran out of gas again this week, just like they did last week coming out of turn 4, Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson unofficially 22nd. Man, a wild finish here at Michigan, and we'll be back to talk to the drivers when we continue live on TNT.